Yeah. Let me know if you're in the mix. Let me know. All right, I gave people enough time. We got enough.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Hold on, I miss my stuff like that, man. Check out. Let me fix the brand layout. Oh, that's better. That's better. Yeah. Come on, man. Y'all know me. Come on, what? What is that? Stream, y'all. That's me.
Knicks Rehab.
Almost time for that. Good morning. How you doing? How you doing? Good morning to you. Shout out to everybody in the building. I see my guy here, Jamel Younger. Did you change your name, Jamel? Your avatar looks familiar. You look like I should not be playing with you too much, Jamel. I'm not playing with you, man. Your avatar looks like you got the say good night. I ain't playing with Jamel, man. He looks vicious in his profile. 75 degrees today in the city as of right now. 83 degrees is the high. Cloudy day apparently. A high of 18. Well, actually 35% chance of rain, but that's not till late night. So during the day, I see a high of 18% chance of rain at 2 o'clock. And during rush hour, it's about 21% chance of rain. So bring an umbrella. Unless you ain't scared. Yes, Bronx native. You look like one, Jamel. You look like a Bronx native. Are they going to kick me off StreamYard and YouTube Live? Yo, by the way, man, if you want to start a podcast, you need any help with that, click the description. Click the link for StreamYard. Show them our power. Show them how we get down, man. Show them like, yo, listen, man, I came from AllBall TV. I wanted to start my own thing. Even if you want to have a Zoom call with your homeboys, you want to record it, you could practice. You don't have to go live. You can just press record. Click the link in the description for the StreamYard link and start something right there, man. Show them our power as the people that come on here and congregate and meet up to talk about the Knicks. Show them what we do. We will be having sponsors soon. So I'm going to annoy you with commercials and things of that nature. We will have merch soon. Soon come. Are you kidding me? I had some songs in mind, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to go straight to it.
Knicks Rehab.
Yeah. Let's get to oh. You know the vibes.
Sucker.
Oh, boy, look, John Q in the building. I just mentioned how we're gonna start, putting the merch up there. And John Q, an AllBall TV member, an AllBall family member. He said, "I'll grab a tea." Jamel said, "Facts." I don't know if he's talking about the comment though. Thanks, Jamel. Jamel, I don't know if you can see Jamel's avatar here, but I said, "Yo, Jamel, you look kind of scary, man." He said, "I'm from the Bronx." I said, "You look like it."
Wow.
How do I sound? How does my audio sound?
Sound good.
Okay. My mic is not even working anymore. I might need a new mixer. So, AllBall in the mix. How you feeling, my brother, on this Monday morning? The beginning of the week.
A little tired, a little neck cramping, but besides that, I'm all right. I can't complain. Knicks Rehab in the building.
Come on, man. We kicking and we living. We living and we kicking. Knicks Rehab. Yo, man, let's get right into it, man. You crazy? Huh? They must be out their mind, man. Our guy. The rookie sensation, apparently. I've heard him be compared to John Stockton, Steve Nash, every nice white boy ever that played in the NBA. You guys are hilarious.
Here we go. Yeah.
I think he's a slow-mo version of it. He has good court vision, but we have to see it up against NBA talent, which makes it even more surprising. You see AllBall's not with it. We haven't seen him tested yet, and AllBall's saying, "Here we go," because that's right. Here we go. Earlier.
No. I'm saying here we go with the comparisons, but I love Tyler, man. Excuse me, pause. No. Don't get it twisted now. I'm just saying, I'm you know me, I'm just a type. I'm not comparing a guy that hasn't played an NBA game yet, comparing them to the greats. I'm not doing that, but I'm definitely on the Tyler bandwagon.
Okay. Psycho Tycho in the mix. So Ian Begley initially reported that Cam Payne was going to be playing major minutes for us as a backup. But then all of a sudden he corrected himself this weekend. In a mailbag, how does Tyler Kolek fit into the rotation? And in this mailbag response, he says, "Thanks for the question. I'd like to start here with my answer. I took a question from a viewer, Evan Wexel, about Cam Payne. I said that I thought Cam Payne would get significant minutes next season. Turns out that based on current rotation projections, I was wrong. Before we get to that, I want to touch on my answer from the mailbag. I thought Payne would get rotation minutes off the Knicks bench because I knew they had interest in Tyus Jones. Jones would obviously get significant minutes with the Knicks if he'd signed here. So I assumed that the Knicks had a similar plan for Payne. That assumption was wrong. This is where things stand with the projected rotation coming out of Summer League. Rookie Tyler Kolek is currently the backup point guard ahead of Payne. Per people familiar with the matter, the Knicks were thrilled to get Payne last week. He signed for a veteran's minimum. At the moment, he is viewed as the third lead guard behind Kolek, who had a very strong summer league. So, with that being said, all busy. What do you think about Tyler Kolek being in the mix as our official backup point guard coming off the bench?
Well, I think Tyler was going to be the backup point guard regardless. I never thought Cam Payne had a shot. I think Cam Payne is we got him for trade bait. I think we could package him up with maybe a player or two and maybe make a trade. So I never thought Cam Payne was going to be the backup point guard. Listen, man, Tyler looks impressive, man. Very impressive. And, Cam Payne is a vet, been around the league, but it's not like he's the guy that's going to pass the ball. Yeah, he can handle the ball, but it's not like he's a great passer. He knocked down some big shots, but Tyler is our guy. We was excited when we first got him, and now we see why. Look who they're comparing him to. He looks like a pro already. Simple and plain. This is why we never chase guys like Kyle Lowry for all of that. To me, Kyle Lowry campaign is kind of in the same boat. But when you got a young guy like this that's proven from college and right now looking like in the summer league like he's a ringer. So Yeah, I don't think Campaign was ever going to be the backup point guard. You know, that's good insurance just in case injuries and things of that nature, but I'm not surprised at all.
Well, I love the fact that he came out, Ian Begley came out, and he said, yo, man, I was wrong. Now we seeing everybody reporting and then retracting the retraction, AllBall. All of a sudden, retracting the retraction is in style, in vogue. They better start thanking the uptown native himself, all BZ Ball. Get it together. He initially reported that Campaign would be the backup, which I found kind of shocking. And then we thought it was like they were trying to report it as if he was Miles Bridges' homeboy. I mean, Mikal Bridges' homeboy. And they're going to give him a spot. And I was glad to see this report more than anything else, because I don't care for Campaign. I don't care for him. The 76ers brought him in when he did his thing against us in the playoffs. That was all out of desperation. And he did his thing for us, and I love that. If we have that crazy lunatic on the bench as like something to think about, as like a Jose Alvarado, you make the opposing team think about this guy that we have at the end of the bench. Are they going to put him in the game? He is frisky. He is kind of like, you know, he has this herky-jerky style of play, but he's never shown as much promise as Tyler Kolek. I'm not sure. You said Tyler Kolek isn't a good passer, or you think he is a good passer?
No, I said he is a good passer. I said I don't think Campaign is a good passer. I'm not going to downplay Campaign. He's had a good career. I know he's bounced around, but he's a legit backup point guard. It's just for us, we have a better backup point guard who's younger and who could pass the ball much better. So to me, that's the difference. But I get Campaign as far as maybe a little bit of insurance. But like I said, I think Campaign is going to be used for trade bait.
Oh, that's what I forgot to look up, his Campaign's contract. But I know to your point, I wonder if they could trade him at a vet minimum though. 1 year, it's a 1 year deal. I thought it was a 2 year deal. Oh, that's beautiful. So it's a 1 year deal. He signed with the Knicks, including $3 million guaranteed, annual salary of a little over $3 million. Payne will earn a base salary of $3 million while carrying a cap hit of $2 million and some change, and a dead cap value of that same 2 and change. Again, we went over this about a month ago about the veteran minimum. That these vet minimum deals are great because the league pays for it, a chunk of the salary. So that's why only $2 million counts against us. To your point, it will be good trade bait because it will be an expiring deal. There's a lot attached to that, especially with all the rumors of Deuce McBride being traded. Why wouldn't this guy be trade bait at this point, along with draft picks? We've seen this before. We've seen this movie before with Alec Burks and Bogey. 1 year deals left. We traded Bogey in the same deal that we reacquired Alec Burks, and we traded away Quentin Grimes. So I could definitely see what you're saying as legit. I'm not saying I hope that's the case, but it's definitely, again, we're trying to read the minds of Leon Rose and them. Campaign, I want to say, came out of nowhere too. All these reports that keep coming out. I think also with Ian Begley retracting his retraction, I think that's more proof that Leon Rose and them play these media games. And not to say that I don't love it. I love the fact that we don't know what they're doing. We shouldn't know what they're doing. We should never know what the coach's game plan is. That's why I love when Bill Parcells used to go crazy on the media. Why are you asking me that question? You want me to just give you the playbook? You want me to give you the game plan? What are people talking about? So same thing with Leon Rose. He's saying it without saying it. I'm not telling you what I'm doing. You didn't know I was getting Mikal Bridges. You thought I was going after Giannis or something like that. Good old boy. You had the mic off?
Yeah, no, because you talking.
Oh, they were gonna say something. So yeah. But back to the real news at hand, the headline. Sorry, I was ranting. Kolek looks amazing. He looks amazing. Brunson does not pass like this. Nobody in the Knicks gets to the basket and sets everybody up like this. The way he leads in his passes, again, is quarterback style. He's always looking for the pass. That 360 pass was crazy. He went to the lane. He saw the help was coming, and he did a 360 and threw it to the corner.
Well, let's take it a step further. Nobody in the summer league right now is passing like him. He's the best point guard in summer league right now. I'm not talking combo guard. I'm not talking guard camouflaging as a point guard. I'm talking about pure point guard. We so caught up on Bronny James and all the hype that we're not even paying attention to real basketball. Tyler Kolek is the best point guard right now in the summer league. And he's the steal of the draft. Simple and plain. Simple and plain. And this is the problem with basketball. Like I said, you know, when it's hype behind certain players, everybody else kind of gets muffled. And it's like, just imagine if the Knicks summer league team had as much hype as the Lakers, which we understand why. But now when you see Tyler Kolek, it's like, whoa, hold up. Yeah, now they showing them games a little more at a decent time. So for me, he's the best point guard in the draft. And right now, he's the best passer in summer league. And he's the best point guard. Like I said, I'm not talking about, you know, a point guard, which is combo guards now that can shoot. And I'm just talking about a guy that can orchestrate the offense and make great passes and find his players. Tyler Kolek is the one. And to me, I always thought he's going to be the backup point guard. When I first seen him, I said, that's the backup point guard. We got what we wanted. Remember, we got what we needed. That's what the draft is for. We made the right pick, and we got the guy we needed. We needed a backup point guard. We needed another ball handler, and we needed someone that's going to distribute the ball, find guys in their spots, and make their job easier. And Tyler Kolek is that guy. It's not Campaign. It isn't Deuce. It isn't, you know what I'm saying? We got our point guard. So I'm not surprised that he's the official backup. Like I said, I understand the Campaign move because maybe it's out of desperation as far as like, you know, thinking of injuries. Because look how injury prone the Knicks was last season. So it's almost like, you know, sometimes you could put Campaign and Deuce on the court at the same time. Campaign and Tyler at the same time. Look how much rest now Brunson can get when we blowing guys out. So I get it, you know, but like I said, big shout out Tyler, man. Earn that spot.
Is Reed Shepard a point guard?
See, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna say he's probably gonna play the point guard position. He's a shooting guard. Reed Shepard is a good player. But once again, if we talking point guard, Tyler is the better point guard. Reed Shepard is probably the better basketball player, but that's not Tyler's game. So, you know, that's what the NBA is now. If you kind of like 6'2", 6'3", or 6'1", but you could score, they're going to make you a point guard. They're not going to put you at the 2.
And we haven't seen this since the early 90s. The guard player in New York City, right? Mark Jackson, Ross Strickland.
Oh, damn, yeah.
Derek Harper. So,
yeah. Greg Anthony.
Kolek.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, you know, Charlie Ward. I mean, you know, I'm not saying these guys was formidable players. You know what I mean, at the point guard position. So yeah, we haven't seen this in a long time.
Listen, man. I'm just excited about it because, like you said, he's the best. You want to say best pure point guard? I really believe that the NBA is coming back to the big man, and I really believe that having a Tyler Kolek on your team, you need it because, especially with the second unit, he's gonna be on a learning curve. And we were playing without him last year anyway. I think they're gonna have to choose between Mikal Bridges, OG, or Julius Randle. I see a lot of Julius Randle and Mikal Bridges playing with the second unit as well. So Mikal Bridges brings the ball up. Randle can bring the ball up. I'd rather get him get rid of the ball as soon as possible. And with that second unit in there, if Kolek is struggling, during the rookie and hits the rookie wall, or he doesn't pan out, we got our guys. He's just definitely the court vision is there. The court vision is there. That's what we're all excited about, because the shooting is gonna come. He's gonna come. I don't know he's gonna be a great shooter. It looks like he has some touch, but we haven't seen a passer like this at the point guard in quite some time. Maybe I forgot about Raymond Felton played good point guard for us too.
Yeah,
that
was solid.
Short lived. Yeah, that was short lived with Amari here. So, damn, I'm trying to think if there was a better passer that we had in general in the last 25 years, 30 years. And I don't think so. Like Kolek looks like that looks like an elite court vision. I'm not saying he's Stockton and Steve Nash. I call him slow-mo Nash because Nash was mad fast. He was doing the same thing at twice the speed. So he was dangerous. But, man, we also don't have somebody that can get to the paint like that and look for the big man. And I see a lot of the Huck Porty highlights when he's dumping it off. What I love seeing about them is that they catch the ball and they're putting the ball up as soon as possible. With Mitchell Robinson, a lot of times he doesn't get that ball up fast enough to me. It's like you're 7-1. Like you're gonna have an advantage just by jumping, putting the ball up. Why are you scared of getting blocked? Why are you scared of getting blocked? And it feels like maybe Kolek is leaving the ball in a position for them to get the ball up faster. Not sure if it's that. Again, very early in his career, but we feel excited about it, and that's why we want to see preseason. We want to see him against NBA talent, because those are going to be bigger bodies, more experienced bodies, and they've already seen Tyler Kolek before. So we want to see him tested against that, of course. But as of right now, you ain't killing our optimism. We're going crazy over this kid. He's amazing.
Listen, man, I mean, we go crazy over players that do less. Look at the number 1 and number 2 picks. Like, so, and I laugh. I see some of the comments, when one guy said, he's 35% from this and 30. Bruh, I'm talking about pure point guard. See, that's my thing. And I hate this argument. Steph Curry, Kyrie, SGA, Luka. Them guys is not really point guards, man. Like, them guys is camouflage. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but Brunson has the height. Like, I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird. But like I said, for me, if I'm talking about, a leader, a guy I want running the team, getting other guys involved, right now in the summer league is Tyler. There's other great players that's at that position, but you can't deny what you're seeing from him looks great. And that be my. This is why I say the hate on the Knicks is legendary. And I told you it's been my conspiracy theory. People are going to try to find a way to downplay what this man is doing in the summer league, while we big up everybody else that look half decent. People talking about Reed Shepherd like he's going to be the next whatever. But we watching a guy for the Knicks handle the ball, distribute the ball, run the offense, and he looks great. Why would that not happen at the next level? He's been doing it his whole career. He's good playing college. So for me, I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. And like I said, when we picked him, when we came on here, what we said, we got our backup point guard. Even we signed campaign, right? It was like, huh? But it didn't. It never swayed me from thinking he was gonna take Tyler's spot. No.
And for all you guys that like the campaign deal, isn't that a good backup? Decent backup, I should say. I'm glad, to be honest, I'm glad they got campaign and instead of Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry would have been just a distraction out there, or what's the word? A decoy. Because what does he do? Do we have to replay that flop that he put on in the playoffs? That was crazy. I don't want that guy around. He can barely play. He looks like Tyler. All that shoot numbers you talking about in the comments. Who was this? 35%, whatever it is. That's what Kyle Lowry shoots. I didn't want him on my team because he looked trash. But I'm gonna get to these comments in a second. Listen, y'all, click the description, click the link in there. If you ever thought about starting a podcast, or if you want to practice, maybe you don't want to show it to the world. Maybe you just want to have a conversation with your friends and just practice. Click the link in the description. There's a StreamYard link. That's what we use to stream to all platforms. It streams to YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch. It streams to everything. Click that link in the description. Also, just to show them how much of a strength we have in here with our community, how much we just show each other love. I'm going to click that link to show them I came here because of AllBall TV, period. You could click it while you're talking to us. It won't stop us because we on YouTube, baby. Let's get to these comments real quick.
So, but before you get to that, man, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Come on, man. Hit that like button, y'all.
Hit the membership. Tyler would definitely be solid coming off the bench. Much more depth, and our bench can compete with team starters. He's nice, but they bugging. James Sumler, an AllBall TV family member.
Nice.
With the dark skin vibes. He got the dark skin flex out here. Good morning, Knicks Rehab and AllBall family. Good morning, my brother. Rooks always take time, and point guards are like rookie QBs. It'll take a year or two. You gotta agree with that. Especially, we'll get to the shooting numbers in a second. That's gonna take some time too, but it's a good thing that he'll be a backup. And again, let's not forget, Tibbs ain't playing no games. He doesn't care who you are. You shall be benched. You shall get no playing time. Ask Evan Fournier. Ask Quentin Grimes. Ask Cam Reddish. Ask RJ Barrett. I'm not worried about this at all.
Ask Alec Burks. Ask a lot of them.
Bogey. On my grind. Good morning, Beeman Boy 81. Another AllBall TV family member. Are you kidding me?
Let's go, y'all. Show love. Show love.
He said he's better than Bronny. Ivory 10 is on here kicking some hate. I love it. You gotta love it. Best point guard in the summer league. Stop it. Crazy Knicks fandom hype right now. Hey, that's what we do. You showing crazy hate. It's all about balance, the yin and the yang. Somebody got to be right. Somebody got to be wrong. We shall see. Ivory 10. Remember, they signed him the highest for a second rounder. Who? Oh, Bronny you talking about? Because it ain't nobody else but Bronny. That's the record. Kolek getting traded. What? Yo, he's already the best point guard in summer league. Shot 35% from the field and 30% from threes. You guys need to stop that. Well,
it depends on what you're looking for. It depends on what you're looking at as a point guard. That's how I look at it. For him to go down second round and playing how he's playing. Just imagine if he got all the media coverage like everybody else. Kid looks fantastic out there, man.
From three in college, he shot a career 35%. He went from 35 to 28 to 39, which is 40, and 38%, 39% in college. And the free throw shooting, which a lot of people say is indicative of how you will be shooting three-pointers in the future. He went from 80%, 81%, 80%, and he finished at 85%. He just seems like a tough kid, and he seems very competitive also. He doesn't seem scared.
Where's he from?
The schools?
No, I'm saying where's he from as far as his background? And also how tall?
Rhode Island.
Okay, he's from the town.
Yo, he's 6'3".
Right, that's what I was just about to ask you that.
I'm shocked, bro. I didn't think he was that tall. He looked a little bit shorter, so he's taller than Brunson.
And he's from Rhode Island, so he got that toughness. Yeah.
He plays like an East Coast kid. I'm still trying to figure out why they can't act on Precious yet. Oh, great. Thank you, Jamel. Jamel, he's gained some Professor X powers out here, telekinesis. We'll get to that in a second. Thing nobody is talking about is it looks like the Knicks got scouts targeted Kolek. This didn't just happen. Exactly. Who's the first unit then if Randle on the bench? No. I'm not saying he's going to the bench. I'm saying, remember when RJ Barrett was here, RJ Barrett would stay on the court after everybody went to the bench, and he would go with the second unit. So I think we're going to see a lot of RJ Barrett and Mikal Bridges play with the second unit towards the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter. You know, after like 7 to 8 minutes, Tibbs benches everybody. So I think, I think we'll see some Kolek, Mikal Bridges out there, Randle, Mikal Bridges with the second unit, especially if Kolek, he's not going to pan out or he's struggling. Or even if he's not, you're going to have two guys out there that can stretch the floor for you or score points for you. And you want to get these guys easier baskets with a guy that could pass like that. Hopefully, Tibbs is going to have no excuses. Let's see if there's any more member chat. We got to go to them first. I remember seeing AJ on here, so I'm going to read yours. Let Kolek get some reps with our starting unit. Iron sharpens iron. He's going to be good for a backup. He's not 6'3". He's 6 feet without shoes. I mean, if you say so. Fabian is a Dominican star. Great talent. Thanks, man. Nostalgic nigga always gassing me up. I love it. Now, let's get to some pressing news as our guy, Jamel Jonger from the BX. He read our minds, man. He read our minds. I don't know if you saw AllBall's text message or what, but you read our minds. Why haven't the Knicks signed Precious Achiuwa yet, man? Why? According to SI.com, we may have some answers. The Knicks are still in need of a backup center, but weeks after the initial free agency wave, the team is remaining patient and quiet, waiting for what's to come. Among the potential targets for the team is Precious Achiuwa, who played with the Knicks this past season after being traded from New York to Toronto in the OG Anunoby deal. Fred Katz wrote in the Athletic, the Knicks remain open to bringing back Achiuwa, who they acquired as part of the December trade for OG. And yet for now, they are best leaving Achiuwa unsigned. Achiuwa can maximize his market by waiting. A trade would entice them, but they need the tools to make it happen. Achiuwa would come in handy if they're negotiating with a team also above the first apron. While the Knicks could sign Achiuwa outright for a few $1 million, they could also look to move him in a sign and trade deal. Of course, spots are drying up in the NBA. Some teams don't have spaces available. For a younger player like Achiuwa, who could still improve, it may benefit him to sign a short-term deal with a team that will play him consistent minutes. However, keeping Achiuwa on the market gives the Knicks opportunity to pivot if needed, and flexibility is extremely important for the New York Knicks as it continues to try and improve the roster ahead of what could be a contending year for the franchise. So AllBall, some information there. Holding out might be the best move for Achiuwa, actually, because he can make more money and they can find a better team to trade with, search for a team who's going to remain in a first apron. Tyus Jones is still out there. He can take up somebody's apron. Apron is such a funny word to use in basketball, by the way. But what do you feel about that, about hearing about that with Achiuwa?
I mean, I'm not high on Achiuwa like everybody else.
Yeah.
Decent player. But like I told you, it's a reason why we ain't signed him yet. He's not a legit backup center. Precious Achiuwa is what, maybe 6'8"? Listen, he's kind of weak. And there's games where I watched him where it was like, he definitely helped us. But I told you a couple shows ago, you cannot put the pressure on him and make him the legit backup center. That's not fair to him. It's not fair to him. I definitely see him going somewhere else and playing. He definitely deserves to go somewhere else where he can show his skill set. But I think for us, that's what I told you. Him, Cam, those guys we can use as trade bait. Precious Achiuwa is a good player, but he's not the player we need that's going to get us over the hump. So for me, I understand why we didn't sign him yet. I really do understand. And it was too many games I didn't like him on the court. It was some games I loved him on the court, but it was too many where I didn't like him on the court. Sorry. So for me, if I'm the front office, which I'm not, I wouldn't re-sign him neither. I would be looking for moves to make. Because like I said, man, him, Harnstein, Listen, them guys got exposed in the playoffs, man. I'm sorry. And it was times Precious Achiuwa was just on the court looking lost. So, you know, I think he needs to go somewhere. He needs an opportunity like Obi Toppin, where you're gonna go somewhere where they're gonna showcase your skill set and you play. So he needs a move like that. He's not for us. I'm sorry.
He's also an update by NBA insider Ian Begley once again. He was on KnicksFanTV. Shout out to them. They always, again, updating us. Knicks Recap doing a great job. Also, want to show love to everybody out there, just, you know, keeping us abreast of everything. Because some of us, or a lot of us, we got to go to work with big time. We're like full-time workers and full-time Knicks fans. That's our part-time job, or really our full-time job, because we go crazy in our hearts. This is Ian Begley on KnicksFanTV breaking down the latest with Precious Achiuwa
from other contending teams. So he's got a decision to make. I think the Knicks would like to have Precious back.
Is Jalen Duren from Detroit an option?
Yeah, Jalen Duren, I'm sure, could be had for the right price. Isaiah Stewart, I'm sure, could be had for the right price. It's just a matter of what is that price. And when you talk about draft picks with the Knicks, the only two picks that they can move right now are the picks that they have via trade, and it's Washington and
Detroit are the two protected.
Yeah,
So seems like there's no market out there for Nikola Vucevic. You have Clint Capella out there. Do you see the Knicks potentially bringing in that type of salary to fill that backup 5 spot?
I mean, that's a bigger move, because then you're talking about a Mitchell Robinson out or a Julius Randle out. I mean, there's no other real salary that you would put in that deal to get it done. I think that they have kicked the tires on that option. And again, that would be a bigger trade with a Robinson or a Randle or somebody to make that money work. He does, I believe, have offers on the table from other.
That's what Ian Begley had to say. He threw out a lot of names out there that, you know, that make a lot of sense. Also, that first round Detroit draft pick that's protected, after he said it's protected, I don't know if Detroit will be interested in getting their pick back. Like the Nets had to make that trade with the Rockets to get their picks back, because those were, I believe, unprotected, definitely unprotected, because they were trading back for it. But if we can get Jalen Duren, man, you kidding me? And Isaiah Stewart? Nah, you bring Isaiah Stewart in here, that's the guy for me. AllBall. I'm not saying give him 4 draft picks, but they got a lot of talent in the front court in Detroit. Isaiah Stewart is a total nutcase. He likes to fight, and he's just mean. We need that guy. He's not a big shot blocker. He can rebound, and he got better with that 3-point shot. And I think you were the one saying he got a decent handle. So the guys have a decent handle, a 3-and-D guy. I don't know if he can defend one-on-one much. It's tough to see with Detroit. I don't know his one-on-one defensive skills, but man, that's the guy I want to see over here. Like Jalen Duren, I think, is a little far-fetched. He's a top draft pick, and I think it will cost a lot more. But Isaiah Stewart, I think he will fit, man. I think he would bring. I want to see him with Randle and in practice together. I want to see how Randle reacts to having Isaiah Stewart on the team. That's what I want to see. Isaiah Stewart showing him like, yo, you big, man. You bigger than me. You need to go throw some elbows, man.
Listen, I mean, I would love Stewart over here, because Brunson needs a protector, straight up. Like how Draymond protects Steph Curry, Stewart will protect Brunson. So all that throwing him around, violating, nah, he ain't scared to get a tech. He ain't scared to choke you, chase you down. Yeah, we need players like that. You need toughness. And remember, that's the Knicks culture. That's the Knicks culture. So for me, we definitely need a guy like that. And he's a good rebounder. Remember, that's what killed us in the playoffs. Rebounding. Without Josh Hart, a lot of them games we wouldn't even be in. With Precious and Hartenstein being our front court, our big men, Josh Hart was the one leading the team in rebounding. So now we get another rebounder. We get a defender. Like you said, I don't know how great he is one-on-one, but like I said, you're not running over him. You're not punking him. So I would love a guy like that with our team. like I said, man, no knock on Precious, but he needs an Obi Toppin move. You go somewhere where, you know, your skill set can be shown and you're going to be able to play. With us, I'm sorry. Like I said, last year he definitely helped, but it was too many times where he looked nervous, scared, and just out of place on the court. And like I said, he's not a legit center. You know, like I said, at least with Stewart's not that tall, but he got size to him. He got toughness and meanness to him. Precious has none of that. So for me, I get what the Knicks is doing. Like I said, man, we are very smart in that front office. And there's a reason why they're not signing him yet. And I'm pretty sure, you know, they watching tape or they just reminiscing about the season, you know, and probably like, nah, man, it don't make no sense. Like I said, we're trying to win a championship. I'm sorry. Now, if we already had a backup center, then I think we'd have signed Precious. But he cannot be the backup center. I'm sorry. Not if we going for a championship. No. You're not winning a championship with Precious Ochoa as your backup center. I'm sorry. And that's no disrespect to him. That's just a fact. It's just a fact. Just like you're not going to win a championship if your backup point guard is Campaign or Kyle Lowry.
That's true.
Let's
That
be
was
for
very
real.
well put. Yeah. I think also to answer your question, Bodega Mayor, aka Bogey, Isaiah Stewart's making $60 million. He has a $60 million contract, 4 years left. He's making $15 million a year. So that you know, who can you really trade for him? Because as of right now, the Knicks contracts look as follows: $20 million a year for Josh Hart. Mitchell Robinson makes 15. DiVincenzo makes 11. Pacone Didia makes 3. Miles McBride Deuce makes 4 million. Tyler Kolek just signed for 2. Jericho Sims is a little under 2. Keita Bates Diop makes 2.5, and Cameron Payne is at 3. So that would have to be like a combination of deals, and it'll probably have to be a 3-way team, 3-team deal to take that on to get Isaiah Stewart. But again, we talked about it with Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges, we traded the 4 or 5 draft picks, whatever it was. Everybody's laughing as if like you don't make a trade to complete your championship destination. Isaiah Stewart adds to that. So if you know, they're gonna become creative and do whatever they got to do to add to the fit for this team, because how can you not? How can you not? Especially if Tibbs goes, you know what? It's not just about intimidating the other teams. I want to intimidate some of y'all in practice. That's point blank, period. He was in the Knicks locker room, in the Knicks practices in the 90s when Oakley was there. He knows what that means. He knows it. He doesn't have Oakley in that practice, man. He doesn't. I bet you he doesn't. Now, I haven't seen anything with Tibbs making any statements about Isaiah Stewart. I usually look that up, just like when the Andre Drummond rumblings were out there. I looked it up, and Tibbs was the one who reneged on the deal. He didn't want Andre Drummond here, apparently. So that's what the news that came out that was out there. Is it true? I don't know, but he ain't here, and we didn't pick him up in the summertime when we had a chance to get him. So for me, would they smoke this fire?
Man, let me just say this, and I said it last time. I'm very glad we didn't get Andre Drummond. He's clumsy and all that. I'm not. Listen, man, you can have that. You can definitely have that. But once again, Precious Ochoa is not a legit backup center. He did his thing last season. I would love to keep him on the team, only if we got a legit backup center. We cannot go through the whole season with Precious Ochoa as our backup. Are you kidding me? Come on, nah. So, like I said, there's some options out there. I think, we just patiently waiting to strike. And I think we are going to make a great move. And I think we're going to get somebody that people least expect. Yeah, I'm listen. I have faith in the front office. And what they've been doing lately is nothing less than just spectacular. So why would I doubt them now? There's a reason we didn't sign Precious yet. There's a reason we signed Campaign. Right now, the Knicks is a method to our madness. Like you said, nobody's seen the Bridges move. People thought we wasn't going to sign OG. So, nah, man, listen. What we doing right now, we just patience. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Patience. That's why I told you. I predicted this months ago. 3 years. In 3 years, we will win a championship. But we have to be patient, and it has to be the right moves. Why you think guys is leaving money on the table and things of that nature? This is for real. The Knicks is the real deal right now. And we right now have the league nervous because don't nobody know what we up to. Don't nobody know, oh, they lost Harnstein. Oh, they gave OG too much money. Oh, Brunson left this on the table. Oh, my God, they gave it too much for Bridges. Why they get campaign? They need a backup. Nah, look, got everybody nervous. Because they know when we win, you got to deal with the New York fans. Listen, man, I don't think the league is ready for that. I don't think the world is ready for that. To deal with.
Oh, might have lost him. I'm trying to look up something. I'm watching something. I'm looking up some draft stuff. We could have had Isaiah Stewart with the was the number 8 pick when he was drafted. And so I think that's what we got Toppin, as a matter of fact. And they break it down right there. He's from upstate in Rochester also. He's a New York guy. So there was a lot of talk about him. Well, this article in the New York Post coming to the Knicks.
Yeah, my fault. The phone rung.
It's all good.
Yeah,
I was just when he was going to be drafted, there were talks about him, how he fit the Knicks, and he was an old school bad boys type of player, basically fitting Tibbs style. But again, I don't see any quotes about Tom Thibodeau talking about another player, and I love seeing coaches talk about other players or any reports on them, because it's like when you hear, like when they asked me, they used to ask anybody. I know this is AllBall's favorite coach of all time, Bill Belichick, but when they would ask him compare any player to Lawrence Taylor, he used to be disgusted. Like, don't ever compare anybody to Lawrence Taylor. What's wrong with you? But then like J.J. Watt and what's the guy that just retired? That's like, oh, Aaron Donald. He's
still not LT.
Right. He's like, I don't compare anybody to LT, but J.J. Watt is amazing. Like, that is crazy what he's doing. So when he gives you the butt and he allows some of that comparison, it leads me to believe like, oh, even he thinks he's great. Because sometimes we as fans, we overrate somebody and the coaches might not be impressed. Like the way Bill Belichick talked about Ed Reed, he was just like, yo, bro, that dude, nah. Like, he's scared of him. He was terrified of Ed Reed. And, it's great to see coaches talk about stuff, but I haven't seen any comments from Tom Thibodeau about Isaiah Stewart. I would love to, if y'all see anything, please put it in the chat. And especially about anybody that Tibbs quotes that I haven't seen yet, because I love seeing stuff like that.
Well, big shout out Tibbs, man. Tibbs is turning out to be the guy. And, I don't think he has to say anything about anybody. Him and Dolan is allowing the front office to do their job. And all those guys is looking like they trust each other with the moves that they making. So right now, I think Tibbs is just worrying about, upcoming season and guys. The most important thing for us is health. No matter what moves we make, no matter what we do, health. So as long as we are healthy, that's most important. But I can't put my finger on why they don't want to sign Precious. But like I said, just my opinion. Man, listen, last season you was good for us, but seeing how the league is and how teams is upgrading and how some of these teams is just big pause. Precious is not it. I'm sorry. He's like I said, if he could be a backup power forward and give us some solid minutes, but to be a backup center, like I said, imagine him really having to guard Embiid when Mitchell Robinson is out. How is that working? He gonna guard Giannis? He gonna guard Porzingis? Like, we gotta be for real about this. He's gonna guard Mobley or Jared Allen? Like, if he's the only backup center? So for me, I look at it like that. Nah,
I'm not too down on Chua like that. I think in spurts, to your point, he's good because there's a reason why he's still a backup. There's a reason for all that. I don't think he's going to be 82 games all defensive player. But I'm never going to forget what he did to Embiid. Yeah, he was on one leg, but he's athletic and he presents that prowess. But he's still, I understand what you're saying. That's not going to be 80 games. That's not the backup center when you got to worry about Mitchell Robinson getting hurt.
Exactly. That's you just made. That's what I was about to tell you. With Mitchell Robinson being injury prone, Precious Achiuwa can't be your backup center. As good as he played for us last season, that cannot be an option with Mitchell Robinson not being healthy all season.
To your point, Nick Yak, I see nobody watch Summer League. The centers are big and aggressive, both ball. Huck Porty has shown way more skills than Sims ever has, in my opinion, in the paint area, especially being more aggressive. But again, he's doing that against dudes that just made it to the league yesterday. Like Sims looked good his first Summer League game, and he's been there for 3 or 4 years. We want to see this in preseason and against Mitchell Robinson and against those guys. I do like what I see from Huck Porty, though. The way he catches the ball and brings the ball back up, that jump hook. We don't have anybody a center that has a jump hook. Just even a baby hook. Sims did a damn drop, a little teardrop. I'm disgusted. Where did that come from? And why are you shooting 3-pointers still while you practicing on your Instagram? But I digress. Huck Porty has shown a lot of skills. I'm not gonna lie, he looks impressive. But again, these guys are not the top 10 draft picks for a reason. That's why you guys are down on Tyler Kolek, right? He shot 30%, 35%, whatever it is. Okay, that's why we're saying we love what we see. We're excited, but we want to see it against our own, at least our teams in preseason. At least with that, we have to see that going on before we really cement this. That's why, again, AllBall, Achiuwa does have the NBA experience compared to all these rookie guys that we have as backups right now. And is Achiuwa better than Sims in your opinion?
Yeah. I mean, yes, he's better than Sims. But
Isaiah Jackson, I think they are waiting to see what we got first before adding a center. With the rookie guys. That could be true. Huck Porty is an enforcer. You got him down as an enforcer against grown men? Again, that looks good against the 19-year-olds.
Right.
These are grown men. Exactly. I understand this era is softer and everything, but you got to enforce against grown men now. If I see that in the preseason, I'm going to go bananas. We're going to be the first ones here going crazy.
It's only one player I've seen being a enforcer straight out of college, and that was Kenyon Martin. And I don't see nobody in the Summer League being Kenyon Martin. So I'm sorry, I do not agree with that. But listen, man, like I said, like Precious, remember how many times you hear me say, I wish we could keep everybody. But this is just what it is. Precious can't be the backup center. I'm sorry. Like I said, if Mitch was a player that you can guarantee going to play 75 games, stay healthy, then maybe it's something to think about. But there's no way in the world Precious is going to be your backup center. Nah. We need a legit backup guy that, if Mitch goes down, can fill in for Mitch. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need a guy that can actually fill in for Mitch. Worst case scenario.
Yeah. Or show us something different, but be able to grab boards. Yeah, man. Because fill in for Mitch, we're not just talking about backup minutes in game number 50. We're talking about you're gonna have to start for Mitchell Robinson.
Exactly.
We're planning for this. Like we can't go just like the other day you said the Denver Nuggets, their biggest problem is that MPJ has to improve, and it's like if you're Calvin Booth or you're Mike Malone, you sitting there going, man, he ain't improving. This is who he is. Right. So we got to find other guys to fill in for this. Same thing with Mitchell Robinson. Man, he ain't going to be healthy out of nowhere. We got to find somebody who's going to fill in for him for 30 games and be ready for that. Just like we found with iHeart. Again, we found iHeart. He was out there. The world is more talented than ever in basketball. I believe in the group that we have right now to make sure that we find a backup for Mitchell Robinson. I fully do. Before we get to more comments, gotta remind y'all: like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the membership button. Make sure you lock in with us. Also, you really want to show us love right now? Jump in that description, click the link for StreamYard. Even if you never wanted to start a podcast, show them what we do. Run up those numbers and let StreamYard know, yo, these guys right here, they're not playing around. They got me thinking about starting a podcast. They got me having my own meetings and Zoom meet. I'm not going to Zoom no more. I'm going to StreamYard to go link with my homeboys and record it, or go link with your bosses, your subordinates, whoever it may be. Click that description. Click the link button where it says StreamYard if you want to start your own podcast, and show them what we got going on over here at Knicks Rehab. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You already know what time it is. Shouts to KFTV. They rock with Knicks Rehab. Oh, word? Listen, AllBall always says we humble, man. Like, whoever rocks with us, it's always humbling, because especially with them, they already were doing their thing. So if that's the case, I have no idea about that, but I appreciate it if you are crossing that bridge nostalgic and telling us so. Deuce, Mitch, and Sims Randle can be traded. Oh, damn. And Randle? Isaiah Stewart, the enforcer. I like him. What Stewart? Yeah, I show you that. Bogey, Scap, Stewart, and Mook as the goons. You like Scap too? That's the tall white kid, right? I didn't see enough. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't see enough of him, man. Young Mason. Yeah, a little bit like Anthony Mason, HRM. Because he got a little handle to him, and he dishes the ball off. He's not as much of a, he doesn't block a lot of shots, but he averages just under 1 block a game, and he rebounds a lot. His rebound numbers weren't up last year because, remember, the Thompson kid is there. He was rebounding like crazy, and Duren is there. So they have a lot going on in Detroit. That's why he's up for grabs, man. I don't think he's as talented as Thompson or Duren. So, you know, I think he's available, man. Stewart equals the new Oakley. Oakley's tough, though, man. Oakley's tough. Yo, AllBall, I really believe Charles Oakley could have played in this era with ease.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of players could have played. Listen, man, just because the era has more talent doesn't mean certain players that didn't have that much talent couldn't play. How many players we see that's not fast, doesn't have a great handle, doesn't shoot the 3-point shot great? Look at Kyle Anderson. Look at guys like Mike Conley. Them guys ain't athletic. Nah, man. So, yeah, I think a guy like Oak definitely could play today. He's going to average double digits in rebounds. He's going to be an enforcer. You ain't going to be able to get no easy layups on him. And he can knock down free throws and hit the mid-range. So what he's going to get, what he's going to average, I would say between 6 and 9 with 10 boards.
Right.
How you can't use that on a championship level team? So yeah, man,
how wouldn't he be a stretch 5?
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
You know
exactly. So people gotta miss me with that.
And he also just, we know his background. He's such a hard worker. You could tell he worked out all the time. He looks like he still works out. I just think he would get into the right kind of shape, because I think that's something we overlook. Like when we say anybody will be great from any era, I don't believe that. I think, again, I always say this and people think I'm crazy, but even Rodman, he wasn't going to be quite Rodman because the rules go against everything that he wants to do. He would go crazy trying to, like, you're not letting me play defense. I think he'll be so frustrated with that, and the coaches will be so frustrated with the fact that I can't let my guy play, and he's obviously better than everybody defensively in the NBA right now than is Rodman. But they wouldn't allow him to play because he doesn't shoot as well, doesn't bring, he doesn't add to the offense. That's the only reason why. But Oakley's style directly translates to this era.
Let me respond to that. I'm a big Dennis Rodman fan when it comes to just basketball.
Right.
I 100% disagree with you. Dennis Rodman would be an all-star today. Let's be for real. He don't have to guard Shaq. He doesn't. Where's the Karl Malones at? Where's the Tim Duncans at? He don't have to guard none of them guys. So for me, he's going to get Defensive Player of the Year. He's a super duper 2.0 Draymond Green that just can't run the point guard position. He can pass the ball, better rebounder. So I totally disagree with that. Dennis Rodman will dominate today easily because he's going to do the things nobody else wants to do.
I agree with all his strengths, but what I'm saying is once you say all-star, you're proving my point. I don't think you can name an all-star who doesn't score, who doesn't have any offense in this era, the last 5 years. You just is Rudy Gobert an all-star? And even then, he got the fake Defensive Player of the Year awards. Rodman was better than Rudy Gobert, way better. So
Rodman's top 5 greatest defenders of all time, man.
Right. He would still be that on the court. But even like Avery Bradley and these guys would struggle in this era to play. They would have to be rotational guys.
I disagree.
So I understand. I understand the disagreement because
Drew Holiday is making a living. What are you talking about?
He brings the ball up. He can shoot the three.
And Avery Bradley could do all that stuff. It's just that in that era, they wasn't allowing him to. Big shout to Keith Kloss. You know, our big bro. What he always said. They didn't allow us to do that. Now just imagine if you are allowed to do that. Now today, Avery Bradley is Mikal Bridges, one of the best two-way players in the league.
If you're saying that, then Rodman is showing me something that he didn't show me before, and he would have to alter his game. My point with bringing up Rodman is Oakley's game. There is no change. The only thing he's changing is how he works out. I'm gonna have to do more cardio because I gotta be on the court for longer.
Hold on. Isaiah Jackson, he said, "Old head bias creeping in." No. I'm gonna just leave it at this. I've heard people say John Stockton couldn't play, but Ricky Rubio lasted 10 years. But John Stockton wouldn't be able to play this era. Like, come on, bro. What are we talking about?
Yeah, no, that's a different thing. Because John Stockton's, again, his skill set fits the era. John Stockton will be even better in this era. They're going to tell John Stockton to gun it 10 more times a game. He was told to nah, you're going to set up the offense and that's it. And he was taught that and he ran with it. And he was a hard-nosed dude. John Stockton was no chump. Every story I hear about John Stockton is zero chumpness. No chump or lumper to John Stockton. Stockton was out of it. He was tough, man. He wasn't scared of nobody and he ran the offense and he could shoot. He could shoot and he could pass. Not playing with John Stockton, but with I seen somebody mention, who'd you mention? Tony Allen. Tony Allen was not an all-star. That's my point. Tony Allen's one of the greatest defenders ever. Yeah, but they're not going to be all-stars.
But they don't have to be all-stars, but not saying you, but it's people that say those guys wouldn't even be able to play in this era. And that's the problem. See, that's the problem I have. You don't have to be. See, all right, I may have went a little too far with the Dennis Rodman. I still believe it. Don't tell me John Stockton, Dennis Rodman, or Tony Allen can't play in this era. Not saying you say that, but that's what people say. Nah, they won't be able to get on the floor. They won't be able to play. Are you kidding me? So for me, that's the problem I have when they say they can't play in this era, because we see players today that we know for a fact couldn't play in their era. Ricky Rubio would not be able to play in that era. I don't care what nobody say.
Back then, I think he would.
Nope. I disagree.
Yo, Rubio was tough, bro. Hold on a second.
He was okay.
I think you got you got Rubio. Okay. No, hold on. You got Rubio messed up. Rubio, hold on. He twisted his knee like 10 games into the league. When he tore his knee against the Lakers, he was. I'm not saying he was great. He's probably maybe the worst shooter of all time. Literally, Ricky Rubio was the worst shooter ever. Worse than Russell Westbrook. Ricky Rubio was horrible at shooting. But you talk about a kid that was that passes that rock. Nah, Rubio's elite passers. He would have been ill in the 90s and the 80s. He would have been one of them guys that they would have said couldn't play in this era. That's how I think how good he is for his skill set. But he was and he D'd up. Ricky Rubio wasn't Drew Holiday, but he was tough on defense and he slid his feet well. I like Rubio, man. I don't think he's somebody that couldn't play back in the day. He was a tough kid, bro. He was a tough kid. Trust me, I would have been the first one to call him out with the Euro League. And especially, you know why I say that, AllBall? Because I ain't like how Brandon Jennings went against the Green. He said, yo, he ain't all that. I played against him 1 year in the Euro League. He ain't all that. Then he got here. I'm like, what is Brandon Jennings talking about? This kid, you can't guard him. You can't even guard him. You can't stop him, and he can't shoot. That kid, Ricky Rubio, was amazing. The injuries really hurt him. He really tore his knee up. What he did in Phoenix was really dope. I think they beat OKC that year, when it was him. I forgot the other point guard over there. It wasn't Chris Paul. Chris Paul had left. But they did all right. I like Ricky Rubio, man. I'm not going to go all crazy, but because it sounds like I'm going nuts with Rodman couldn't play in this era. Yes, he could have had 18 rebounds in a game in this era, guys. I forgot why I seen that in the chat. But Dennis Rodman is not averaging 18 rebounds a game, not because he doesn't want to. If he's out there, you let him out there, he'll average 30 rebounds a game, but you're not going to win. Because the way they play in this era, they just would have X'd them out just like Gobert. That's how I see it. He can guard anybody. Like Rodman would have been guarding everybody.
Bro, Gobert was in the Western Conference Finals, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but not because like what?
See, I'm not.
He was they was Xing him out of the playoffs.
Understandable. I'm just saying, let's not act like he wasn't on a team that was in the Western Conference Finals. So don't tell me you can't win like that. Simple and plain. I'm not. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, we can have a discussion for another time, but I'm just saying these guys, you can win with them. Draymond Green is averaging a triple single. And people still believe in Golden State.
Right. That will help out Rodman in this era also, too. Being an agitator like that. Like the guy that he's going to do everything else. I can't score. Watch this. I'm ending the game.
Just imagine. There's no back to the basket centers. Bro, so he could listen. He was going Shaq. I'm not saying he was stopping Shaq. Bro, Dennis Rodman will be out of control. To the point where, like I said, he will be an all-star because his numbers as far as rebounding, what he would be doing defensively, you would have to accommodate him somehow. Imagine 1 year he's Defensive Player of the Year and he's leading the league in rebounds, averaging 15 rebounds. And the team he's on is a 1, 2, 3 seed. Bro, he'd go crazy.
I want to stay right there real quick, AllBall, because Robert Paulson, which he makes a great point. Look at Pistons Rodman. He was very different from Chicago Rodman.
Exactly.
That brings me to this. Pistons Rodman got Defensive Player of the Year twice, if I'm not mistaken. He was insane. He might be the best defender ever. Like, that's how great he is. It's Akeem Olajuwon and Rodman for me. They just 1 through 5. How do you think Rodman would be in this era? Because back then, he was basically doing what everybody's doing now off the court. He colored his hair, tattoos. Nobody was doing that back then. Dennis Rodman's the first player to do all of this.
Dennis Rodman would have 100 million followers on Instagram, and he would be the biggest star in the world right now. You heard what Shaq said? Bro, he was on the Lakers with Shaq. Shaq said he was the biggest star. He said, yo, bro, after the game, he wouldn't even take a shower and be in the club stinking and musty and would still be the biggest star. So imagine today you marrying yourself, you hanging with the top celebrities. So instead of Madonna, you going to the parties with Kim K and them. You coloring your hair, the fingernails. You crazy. He would be the biggest star in the world. It wouldn't even be close. The money he would be making off the court would be ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I gotta ask you this then. Because this would be like his playground in this era. Do you think Rodman might lose his mind even faster? Remember, he was suicidal.
Maybe.
I don't think he used that word. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Like,
I mean, maybe.
Twitter and everything. That the fame, I think the fame now is so accessible. He might go too crazy.
Yeah, I mean
he might go too crazy.
That's a good point, but just still the initial until God willing that would never happen. But until that happens, he would be the biggest star. He would be the biggest star, man. I'm sorry. He would be the biggest star. Just imagine, like you said, guys like AI today, certain celebrities, just imagine today with the social media, where you can actually see their life with the jewelry, hanging out with the rap stars, the tattoos, the clothes. Come on, man. You kidding me? Dennis Rodman? Listen, man, he would be top 5 biggest stars in the world. And it won't have nothing to do with basketball and money.
And don't get it twisted. Draymond ain't selling no sneakers. The worm had us buying his kicks.
That's a fact.
Let's not get that twisted. With the zipper, let's not get that twisted. The worm,
That's a fact.
He had a nickname, the Worm, which is crazy. Why they call him the Worm?
I don't even want to think why they call him the Worm.
Oh, yeah. Moving right along. Mitch healthy rookie year, 66 games, 19-year-old coaches, decision not playing more. Second year, 66 game COVID. Mitch 61 games, missed 5 and missed 10 in 72 games. 15 missed in 3 years. Yeah, I seen that, Nick Yak. But now, you said all that. Now, riddle me this, Nick Yak. Do you think Mitchell Robinson is not injury prone? After you made that statement, do you think he's not injury prone? We're all bugging. All of us are bugging. We're looking for a backup center for no reason at all because Mitchell Robinson is going to give us 82 games next season. Nick Yak, please just answer that question respectfully. I'm not being sarcastic, or maybe I'm a little bit, but I just want you to answer that question because there's no way you type that with good intention. Do you think Mitchell Robinson is playing 82 games next year after saying all that? Well, that's what you talking about. Isaiah Jackson said, that's Isaiah Jackson, baby. Zeke said you were old man bias people in. Just because they are allowed doesn't mean they can shoot all of a sudden. I wouldn't say that, Isaiah Jackson. I don't know if you're referring to Dennis Rodman or Charles Oakley. I'm assuming you're talking about Dennis Rodman because Oakley, Oakley would have been shooting 3-pointers in this era. It just would have been. Rodman, it wasn't like Hakeem and Oakley. Rodman didn't really I've seen him hit 3-pointers. I've seen Rodman hit 3-pointers. Do not get me wrong. He was a nutcase like that. When the shot clock was ending, he threw his arms up and started running down the court. I've seen that. But I don't know if he's gonna start shooting all of a sudden, to your point. True. Remember Rodman averaged 12 points per game in second year in just 26 minutes, 10 points in 1991. Yeah, sure. Is he averaging 10, 20 points in this era? I don't know. It'll be kind of tough. It'll be tough. Just anybody who's offensively limited in this era, they get you off the court, bro. It's just like Lou Dort has to get an offensive game. Davion Mitchell does not make it on the court. Davion Mitchell is a really great defender. He cannot get on the court. He can't score. John Stockton skillet translates. His skillet is crazy. Don't listen to those people, all ball. Hey, word. All P got our back today. Stockton and Price would love today. Come on, Mark Price. Mark Price, that spin move was crazy. Of course, they would laugh, be like, everybody does that today, but they're not tough. How about that? They're over there doing, you know what? Oak will not play in this era. You're bugging. Rodman will not play in this era. They would play in the era. I don't like that. I don't like saying that guys that work that hard. Remember, Charles Oakley, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman, Karl Malone, Kevin Willis, Akeem Olajuwon, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. A lot of these guys are responsible for feeding themselves the right way, getting themselves in shape to make sure they got on the court a lot longer and preserve their careers. Dennis Rodman, I don't know how he preserved his career after all that partying, right? But I think it has to do with the working out. They all talk about how he worked out. He played till he was 37, 38 years old, whatever it was. Nah, he used to go wrestle after he played in the NBA Finals. He's a different kind of specimen. I don't think players like that cannot make it to the league. No way possible. That guy was playing in the league where he got drafted at 24 years old. Dennis Rodman's a late bloomer. He was like 5'10" until he was 19 or something like that. He had the underdog mentality. I can't say that. Just mentality-wise, they're going to be the guy you want at the end of the bench minimum, and then they're going to come to practice and tear everybody up, and the coach is going to put them in the game because they have no choice. This guy's outworking everybody. Those are those guys you're talking about. Guys with talent, and they're outworking people. He can play off the bench for a vet minimum.
See, that's what I told you. They be violating them. I told you. That's what I'm saying. They get caught up in these guys today. Listen, man, I just want the dream team when we'll lose to South Sudan. At the end of the day, I don't care how much talent these guys got, mentally, physically. Listen, man, miss me with that.
Robert Paulson is gung-ho on Dennis Rodman averaging 19 and 11 in 1991. It was really 91-92 where he averaged 18.7 rebounds and 9.8 points per game, which is 10 and 18. He averaged a crazy reverse double-double. We used to see 18 and 9. Nah, Rodman averaged 10 and 18, 7 and 18. He got the rebounding title Shaq's rookie year when Shaq was supposed to get it, and Rodman said, I got this. He only scored 10 points a game, though. I mean, he might find easier baskets in this era, more lob passes. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he won't be ill. I'm saying it's hard to be that guy if you don't have the skills that you know would translate in this era. Oakley, I think, just translates no problem. Otis Thorpe translates no problem. Not to say Otis Thorpe is better than Rodman, but there's a reason why Goldberg get him the hell out of here in the playoffs, man. It's just certain skill sets are not going to translate, in my opinion. I'm not going to stay stuck on that for too long. I'm sorry, AllBall. Nah, he's going to be the next Kyrie and get canceled. Well, oh, yeah, that's another thing. Rodman might have got canceled just being too vulgar, but the only thing is he does also have the Draymond thing where Draymond, they want to see him on the court. Remember, Draymond's with Steph Curry. What's stopping Rodman from going, oh, yo, let me go join LeBron real quick. Now you can't kick me off because I'm LeBron's enforcer. Like, I think Rodman was that smart. Rodman skipped practice in the finals to Bash at the Beach in 97. Hell yeah, Jorge, you know about Bash at the Beach, baby. I think he felt constrained during the Pistons years. He would have been able to be out there from day one. The stress would have been less today. You think he would have been less stressed today? Worms were fire. Pause. Calm down, George. I like Rodman, but that man in today's sensitive era, he's cooked. Or maybe he thrives. Maybe he thrives, especially after, if you're getting over all that, you want to end yourself, and then all of a sudden you go, you know what? What's so bad about living? He went through the worst you could possibly feel about yourself, and then he comes out of that. It's me against the world at that point. JM30, what's going on? Good morning. We are not rushing because we got what we want. Big, young, cheap backup centers. Yo, Big Yak, you sound like a major conservative out there, man. You should run for president, my brother. Bro drinking the Kool-Aid. Mitchell Robinson is the butcher, number 23. F out of here. Nah, y'all are crazy. The worm was because he squirmed between players in traffic and pulled down the boards. Oh, get out of here. Y'all love X and Instagram comments? I don't know. I know from X or Twitter, I just read whatever we have up there. Or you talking about our comments over here. Be more specific, Corey. Oh boy, you got a couple more minutes?
Yeah, I got about 3-4 minutes. What's the next? What's the last topic?
We got to get to our guy, who is now our guy. He graduated to our guy. Big Juju, Julius Randle. Does anyone feel like Julius Randle is being disrespected out here?
Very, very.
I believe the internet. They went bananas with this one this weekend. This was insane. AllBall sent me this before we went live. AllBall AI, by the way, not the real AllBall. Sent me this. Julius Randle. This is heavy.com. They reported a trade from Bleacher Report, or a proposed trade for the Knicks sending Julius Randle to the Grizzlies. Trade talks will continue to circle around Julius Randle, who will become an eligible 4-year, $181 million deal on August 3rd. In this proposed trade with the Grizzlies, Memphis will get Julius Randle. New York will receive Jarn Jackson Jr., 2026 first-round pick and a 2029 first-round pick. Now, I want to know if they explain this, bro. Jarn Jackson Jr. is a former All-Star, coming off a down year with the Grizzlies. Jackson averaged 22, 5 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.6 blocks, 1.2 steals. Randle is similarly coming off a down year. You guys did not watch him. A deal with the Memphis Grizzlies will replenish the assets lost in the Knicks trade for Mikal Bridges. Okay. Why would Memphis go all in on Randle? The Grizzlies are headed into the 6th season of the Jackson-Morant tandem. 6 seasons with John Morant? Damn, that's crazy. Memphis had made the playoffs in 3 of those 5 seasons. After drafting Zach Edey, there's a bit of redundancy to the Grizzlies roster. Whether or not the two can play together is yet to be determined. Why would the Knicks trade Randle? Randle was the face of New York basketball till Jalen Brunson got here. Since he's missed time with the acquisitions of OG and Bridges, the Knicks are now almost with too many starters. This is trash. This is complete garbage, AllBall. I'm gonna let you go first because what are they talking about?
Like I said,
I'm disgusted.
I'm just trying to figure out what player for his team at one time was a franchise player, all-star, all NBA, and every week he's in trade rumors. Why is Julius Randle being so disrespected by the NBA, by the fan base, just by the sports world? I don't understand. I really don't. Like, this man gave everything to the organization. And I know, when we talk about we would trade him or we should do this or should do that. But still, it's like, when you really think about it, what player is being disrespected like this? Like, I wonder how he feels every week you're on some type of platform talking about being traded. And it's not even like they're talking about you being traded for a player just as good as you or better. It's different if they're going, I would trade Julius for Giannis or Joker. Nah, they talking about guys that's not even as good as him. So I just want to wonder, I'm just trying to figure out what's the hate for Julius Randle? Because remember, I love what Kevin Garnett said. Like, what is the hate for this guy? He averages a double-double. He's an all-star. He's an all-NBA third team. What? Ever since he came to the Knicks, playoffs, got hurt. Then year 3 and 4, playoffs. He got injured, but still. I'm trying to figure out what's the hate on this guy. I'm literally hearing rumors and news about Julius Randle probably twice a week. Whether they fake or not. Still, why? Why? We don't hear this about nobody else. I'm trying to figure out the hate on this young man. Do you know? Can you guess why?
I'm gonna be honest. Yo, let me know if you hear the noise in the background. They got this construction going on, guys. Sorry about if you hear any noise. The comments is hitting on the nose already. Mr. McCormick, you're wrong. I love it. It's a business. No disrespect. I don't love it. What the hell are you talking about? I don't love it at all. At all. What the hell do you like about it? I said it when it happened, AllBall. And you know why I said it? I've been saying it. The Defensive Player of the Year award has been tainted for players like Dennis Rodman. Now you guys think Triple J is on the same level as Dennis Rodman. Now you guys think Rudy Gobert is on the same level as Dennis Rodman, Ben Wallace, Kawhi Leonard, Mutombo. No, the hell he's not.
Akeem Olajuwon.
Allen Robinson. Akeem Olajuwon.
Preach.
I think Kareem got one. Tim Duncan didn't get one, but he deserved one. At some point, he deserves like an all-time award. Bill Russell. Bill Russell. You think Triple J is as good as them? No. And I hate to break it to y'all. Y'all gonna learn the hard way. Giannis is not on that level. No. The Defensive Player of the Year award has been tainted. So much so they gave it to Marcus Smart, which was stupid. He stole it from Drew Holiday because they had the best record or whatever it was. He's not good. He's okay. He's trying to shoot three-pointers. He averages 5 rebounds, and he's a power forward. What the hell are you talking about? 5 rebounds, AllBall? Are you kidding me? What Defensive Player of the Year award? Because he blocks a couple of shots? He probably fouled out more than he got the most rebounds in the game in his career. I ain't even got to look that up. That's crazy. That's crazy. Your job is to rebound and defend, bro. I don't want you here. Not for no damn Julius Randle. Are you crazy? No. I know we have a lot invested now. By the way, we were the biggest critics of Julius Randle until he turned it around last year. Triple J has yet to overcome that. We ain't dealing with no more projects. We got our projects on the bench right now. Kolek, Huck Porty, Jericho Sims is still a damn project. I ain't dealing with this. Jericho Sims will average more rebounds if he got Triple J's minutes. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with us. And I'm glad a lot of the commenters realized this as soon as they saw it. Yo, it's Knicks for clicks again. That's all it is. You're trying to get me riled up, and it's cool because we're gonna use it for content. Y'all are bugging. Hell no. Again, I go strongly against AllBall when he mentions Cat, Karl Anthony Towns. You think how close of a player do you think Triple J is to Karl Anthony Towns? And I don't even think much of Karl Anthony Towns. Third option to me. Defensive Player of the Year award. That, until I thought about it right now, I didn't understand how much it disgusted me to put him in the trade with him. Y'all be looking at these trophies and get all that shiny. That's why I say a lot of these rings y'all be talking about get overrated. How many times were you contending for these awards? Respectfully. Where the hell was Triple J at in the all defense last year? How come all of a sudden Steven Adams is gone and he's not there anymore? Out of nowhere. How does that happen? Come on, man. Like, sometimes we got to take a step back and breathe, bro. Look at my man right here, Julius Randle, breathing it all in. That's what he did. Again, it happened to the great ones. LeBron sat there and was meditating in the NBA Finals. Meditating. That's what Julius Randle is doing for us. Triple J has yet to reach that. He has yet to reach that potential that everybody's talking about. I'm not messing with that. We got to be way more aggressive as fans about this because we got to let Leon Rose and them know we wouldn't even trade for Giannis right now straight up for Julius Randle. We don't know how that would work out. We just don't know. That would change everything. He doesn't even like to set picks. He don't even like to set picks. Randle's setting picks for you. It's the little things, man. I just seen how Jeff Teague was saying we were down 0-2 against the Brooklyn Nets because Giannis' brother was out with COVID and he missed his brother. Yes, Giannis had an incredible finals, a legendary finals. 16 free throws. He doesn't hit free throws, but again, the fit matters. I digress. Triple J does not fit here whatsoever. Tom Thibodeau would bench him after a week. We're not trading an all-NBA caliber guy for that guy. Is Triple J even an all-NBA guy? Now I'm going to look him up, man, just to make sure. Where did he finish at on any sort of defensive measures last season? Does he have anything on? Last year, he had nothing. Nothing. For 2 seasons, he finished all defense. He was all defense last year? Or 2 years ago. Okay. So for 2 seasons in a row, he was all defensive #1. Again, without Steven Adams. Without Steven Adams. He finished 3 years ago, top 5 defensive player of the year. That's great. 2 years in a row. You cannot be missing in the defensive player of the year category or all defensive category out of nowhere. 4 out of his 6 seasons, he was not on the all defensive teams. Not one of them. Not one of them. The most he ever averaged was 6.8 rebounds. What was his excuse last year when Steven Adams went down? How come he didn't average more rebounds? He shoots 5.5 3-pointers a game and he shoots 34.5%. Why are you shooting that many threes? He shoots 46% for his career. What the hell are you guys smoking on, man? Stop playing with me, man. Yo, Corey, I'm disgusted, bro. I'm disgusted. Go stat for stat, Randle clears. Yo, just eye test alone. Julius Randle frustrated the hell out of us for 4 years, 5 years, whatever it was, with his game. And we still would rather have Julius Randle. Triple J isn't taking double teams to all Brunson like Randle. F that. Triple J isn't doing anything like Randle. Exactly. They suggest these trades. If they happen, they kill the front office. You think Leon Rose is making these trades, man? Is Jarn Jackson a CAA client? Let me see. Jarn Jackson agent. Jarn Jackson is CAA. Aha. Now we see what's going on here. Now we see what's going on here. See, I'm starting to think, just like you guys said, it's Knicks for clicks. But don't think for 2 seconds CAA is a Hollywood agency. Hollywood. It's bigger than just sports agencies. They're the biggest sports agency damn near. If I'm not mistaken, this got bought out by the owner of Prada and everything. Don't think for 2 seconds CAA is not promoting an article like that. Hey, yo, put this in there, man. You're gonna piss the Knicks fans off, and we could promote 2 of our guys at the same time. 3 birds, 1 stone. Nobody would. No, Leon Rose in his right mind would have made that trade. Oh, HRM, you knew already. Thank you, HRM. Sorry about that. I'll just start looking at the comments. 5 rebounds is crazy. Insane. Insane. You're a big man, defensive player of the year. That means you're going to need at least 1 or 2 big men to do your job, or a guard that does your job. He needs it. Like, he might be crazy on Dallas because Luka's going to get rebounds for you and their center. Rodman was a hustler. He can do that in any era. Yo, I agree. But how much can that hustling, will he have enough playing time to hustle and be the all-star, all-NBA caliber guy year in, year out? It's not Rodman's fault at all whatsoever that I said what I said about Rodman. It's the era. Jules is a hard worker and he's buying in. Keep Jules. Trading him will be a big mistake. Can't get those numbers back. Younger player, better defense, plus we get draft picks. What's not to love? He's not experienced. We seen what he did. All defensive stuff got him out of there in the playoffs. Golden State got him up out of there. Where the hell was he at when Draymond was punking them? Don't respect it. I don't respect it. No way Draymond Green should be on the court with you and feel comfortable. And you a defensive player of the year guy. Nah. It's fraudulent. It's fraudulent. The reason Randle is disrespected because he looks like the scary big black man and you can't sell him. He's not pretty light skinned. Maybe. Yo, Corey, by the way, I did see your invite. Let's shout you out real quick. My fault, Corey. I'm inviting you and AllBall. Come on to 718 boys. Anytime. We got to set that up. The email is bqeperspective.com. Hit us in the email. Click the description. If you can't get to us there, you know we get a lot of emails. DM us, bro. Say, yo, it's Corey Lee from YouTube. I see y'all, whatever it is. AllBall TV. On Instagram. On Twitter, same thing. I'm Fabian Perspective. I'm AllBall Fabian on Twitter. Hit us up. DM us. Or even tweet it. We'll get to you, bro. We'd definitely love to be on 718 boys, man. Who's the Blorange guy? I subscribed to the Blorange guy. I was trying to hop on your live and comment, but it said I needed 48 hours to comment. I thought I had followed y'all already, so sorry about that. But I was trying to get in there, man. I seen y'all doing a live like 3 days ago. Disrespect is weird, definitely. OB still hating him. He's not nowhere. He's not going nowhere but here next 5 years. Exactly. And I was a big OB guy, but I was wrong about him, man. I didn't want to trade Randle to give OB time. I just thought I needed more of a small ball lineup. I wanted to see more small ball with OB there, but shit, the Pacers bench OB. It's quiet time. Writers trying to make a living off nothing. Correct. It's BS. The Randle hate. In my opinion, it all started with a lack of playoff performance and the thumbs down. Yeah, the thumbs down, it made it easier to criticize him for a lot more other people. But, you know, we criticize everybody here in New York. We boo everybody. We don't care. Except like Philly. Philly's worse than us. And Boston. Philly booed Santa Claus. I do like JJ, but Jules wanted to come. And I have loyalty. Yeah, the loyalty has a certain amount of stock, right? He has equity. He has loyalty, equity. And he uses a lot of that up with us now, especially now. Especially since he was the one who signed for a less deal before Brunson. And we had to go retract our retraction and make sure that Julius Randle got his credit for that. Because if it wasn't for that, I don't know if Brunson does that either, right? It might be Julius Randle deserves that credit and deserves the monumental praise in franchise history for coming to the Knicks, one, being willing to play here, two, and taking less less money on that deal. And being La Cosa Rosa. Remember, he left La Cosa Rosa and came back because the agent that he had with CAA left to, I forgot which company, but then he came right back the following season. So maybe he had a contract in place. Who knows? Maybe he was getting his agent some money. Again, he's a loyal guy, according to James Dolan. James Dolan loves Julius Randle. You think James Dolan wants to trade Julius Randle for a guy that averages less than 6 rebounds a game? Triple J might average more fouls than rebounds, bro. You kidding me? What's his salary? Triple J's salary is, he's averaging around 28, 27 million, 25, and 23 million. He got a decent contract. The contract is a good reason why. Then, you know, if y'all want to bring that up, it's not too priced out, but he's gonna make a lot of money off that Defensive Player of the Year thing, man. So make a lot of money. And I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying that Defensive Player of the Year award needs some more respect on it. That's all. He was not on any All-NBA defense last year, and that's crazy. I don't know if they were tanking or what, but I was going off because you got to understand what's going on right now, man. We got pieces in place. Like Kevin Garnett said, at this point, Jarn Jackson Jr. might think he's more of a star than what he is. And articles like this might gas him up and his agent up. You come over here. You know, I don't know. That New York light is different. That New York light is different. Triple J might think he's you know, Will Smith or something after he comes here. That's what I was checking for. Cibao, 1964. I love Julius. Cibao, que lo que? Just because he was from CAA. Oh, yeah, HRM. Appreciate that, HRM. Giving us the info. This is actually crazy, the amount of BS. It'll be a mistake to give these numbers up for less. Yeah, man. You already know, Beeman boy. Corey, Randall's catches sneakers is mainstream, not scary black man. As usual, you don't want to bug out. Angel Reese putting up better numbers. Yo, I hate the crown on my tooth. This is a crown, bro. I should have just kept my chipped tooth, man. Last 4 years, 2 players, LeBron and Randle, averaged 20, 10, 4 or better. And for a while, we were calling Julius Randle the no-frills LeBron. Rodman was only a 2-time All-Star, by the way. Robert Paulson, that's the first time I ever saw you be fair. It would just be even tougher for him to make the All-Star game in this era, right? It'll be tough for him to be a top 30 player in this era. It's just he wouldn't get the minutes. He would play 20, 25 minutes of crazy defense. He would be nuts, man. Rodman would be crazy for the 20, 25 minutes. He would be a superstar still. He might get an all-star vote just because he's nuts. Knicks Yak, that's for the OB fans and some of our other fans who don't care for him. 48 hours to comment is wild. No, Beeman boy. I think what happens is when you subscribe to their channel, because the Blorange channel, the Blorange YouTube channel, they have it so that. What do y'all think about that? If we open up something like Blorange where only subscribers can comment, you ain't got to be a member, but only subscribers can comment. If you ain't subscribing, get the hell up out of here, right? I'm kind of feeling that because y'all show love, man. Y'all be in here showing love, arguing with each other, going crazy. I'm not letting y'all argue with each other if you're not a subscriber. The hell are you doing here if you ain't subscribing to us? Share, like, comment, subscribe. So, Beeman boy, it was the first time I subscribed to them. I thought I did subscribe to them. And because of that, it automatically forced me to wait 48 hours. I guess that's like their vetting thing. So you can't just allow anyone to subscribe while they're going live and then just comment, because they're giving credibility to the guys who actually waited 48 hours and then they waited 2 days for them to go live and comment. So I think it's a good thing, because then people will just be, you know, the haters would just jump in there, or people that you eliminate a lot of the spamming in the comments. A lot of fans don't like him because he's a teacher's pet. Basically, coach let him do whatever he felt like doing. Kevin Taylor, that's a great point, Kevin Taylor. That was one of the knocks that I had for Tom Thibodeau early on when he would critique everybody under the sun. He was very polite. He politely benched Kemba Walker. He called off R.J. Barrett. He sounded off on him, but he never sounded off on Julius Randle, who was just, to me, making huge mistakes on that court. Very great point. That's a part of the resentment we were starting to have with Julius Randle. Like, we get it. He's the most paid player. He's an all-NBA guy. But how come he's exempt from criticism? Thanks for reminding me, Kevin Taylor. Appreciate that. Nick Shack, Snoop hooked them up. I'm glad they benched Obi. People were talking about him replacing JR. I don't see it. And just the potential. He could fly through the gym. His Uncle Freezy channel, Lawrence Tears. Ah, okay. That's when I jumped on. All right, so you 718. Let me shout you out again. Real quick. My God, Corey Lee, right? Corey Lee. Yeah, here you go. The 718 boys. Yo, everybody go ahead to their channel. You see his comment. Click on his name. Type in 718 boys in the search button right now, y'all. And just subscribe, man. Show everybody love. By the way, share, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the membership button. Also, go in the description. Click the StreamYard link. Tap that link. Show them what we do over here. Show them we can run the numbers up. We come to Knicks Rehab all the time. Knicks Rehab sent you. Click that like the link in the description. Tell them Knicks Rehab sent you. AllBall TV sent you. Or Fabian PerspecTV sent you. All you got to do is click on it so they can see that y'all are showing interest in starting your own podcast. Or if you want an alternative to a Zoom, Google Meets, or whatever it is, you could learn how to rock with StreamYard. One day, if y'all really want to run it up, you could, we could get enough guys in here and I could show you how to rock StreamYard from what I know. And we could really get this thing popping. You guys start your own podcast or whatever it is you want to do. But go in the description, click that link, the StreamYard link. It says, do you want to start a podcast? Right underneath, there's a link. Click that and show them that we don't play any games. It's Knicks Rehab, AllBall TV, Fabian PerspecTV, Big Fleet, AllBall, Big Dime, all the above, Lenzel Graham, LG2, AllBall Madness. What's going down? We got the narrative confused. 95% of these dudes couldn't play in the 90s. A majority of 90s dudes could play today. All NBA players can dribble and shoot. They wasn't allowed to do the things. I disagree with that because, like, Mookie Blaylock could play in any era. He could shoot. I think he could shoot. And what was the Detroit's point guard back then? Lindsey Hunter could shoot. Big time defender. A couple guys could do that. Like, shout out to our guy Kenny Anderson. I would love to ask him, like, yo, how would you be able to adjust in this era because you weren't known for the jumper? Ross Strickland, you weren't known for a jumper. You get an offense going, play a little bit defense, but you got to guard guys 6'5", 6'6". Like, we got to be honest. And these are elite, skilled guys at what they did in the 90s, especially in college and high school. When they got to the league, they maintained their career for a very long time. I'd love to ask Kenny A, how do you respond? Like, do you really think you can play 30 minutes a game in this era, be a starter if you can't shoot like that? How would you be able to shoot? What would you do? What coach would you go to? What coach would you love to play for in this era? Right? Because that's the other thing about Rodman. Like Don Nelson was a guy that could coach in any era. There is no holding back Don Nelson. Right? Like Phil Jackson could not coach in this era because he was very rigid. The triangle, he tried telling Carmelo playing the triangle offense. Melo's like, bro, they have a zone defense out there. They're gonna throw three guys at me in the middle of the. What are you talking about? And in Miami, he took the triangle offense and made it a hybrid version and did their own thing. And then LeBron, he killed it with his old, holding the ball for too long. But when he moved the ball around, they were great. I digress. I think there are certain dudes in this era that could play back then. A majority of the reason why half the league couldn't play in the old days is not about toughness, in my opinion. It's about the fact that if we need centers and we need traditional centers and we need traditional point guards, how the hell are you going to play? You can't run an offense. You can't even throw an entry pass. So when they talk about these most skilled guys of all time, It's like, bro, they're skilled for what they're skilled for today. Just like in football. A lot of them wide receivers ain't playing 30 years ago. They are not playing 30 years ago. They would have got thrashed out there. They would have got a concussion the first play of the game and never came back. And in football, you got to be tough to play football in any era. But them diva wide receivers, not cutting the mustard, man. You got Wayne Corbett from the Jets, had 25,000 concussions. He barely made it out there. Wayne Corbett might destroy this era. You can't touch him? Oh, they're not going to hit my head? I'm gone. Wayne Corbett would destroy this. There's guys in the NFL skill positions that would have killed this era because they don't have to worry about hitting you. Now, the defenders from back in the day, the cornerbacks, it'll be tough for a lot of them, especially the guys that don't have a lot of footwork that can't turn their hips fast enough. It'll be tough because you can't put your hands on them, man. They started enforcing the 5-yard rule. You can't hit the quarterback. So then now they got more time to allow the route running to go down, the run blocking to go down, the zone run blocking to go down is even deeper. That's tough, bro. The rules change everything. It's not just about mentality, right? I think we aim to think about the mentality of these guys today in this generation, not being able to withstand yesteryear. But I think it more so has to do with the fact that, yo, this is the job description. This is the demand for it. You are not in demand for it. We would have had too many guys that were able to handle the ball back in the day and run the offense and play defense. What are you doing? You don't play defense in this era. You don't know how to run an offense. You shoot too damn much. And you can't even throw an entry pass to the center. No, you are not the star in this era. How many point guards were really the star in the 90s and 80s? In this era, they are the star. Every team's point guard is a star in this era, right? There's a reason for that. Back in the day, it was the center who was a star or the big man for the most part. Michael Jordan changed everything, correct? I sound like a broken record. A lot of fans don't like him because he's a teacher. Oh, yeah, I read that. That was a good one. Uncle Freezy, I think Randle should take another pay cut but ask for a no trade clause. I don't mind that. He earned his no trade clause. And he's with CAA, so we good. Watch Jules take another discount for us. Dolan loves Jules. Absolutely. We just talked watch Jules take another discount. Braun stands. That's cool. Subscribe or die. Hit that like button. Tiggs cut him some slack to win him over, and he did. Yo, New Yorker, that was a very... I like that. Psychological war games. Rodman would have Alphabet City at all the games. Kubar, relax. Stops people from jumping in, subscribe, say some BS, then unsubscribe. Exactly, Zeke. You see the game. You better have a lot of subscribers or you might lose some who might like your show, but left how many shows can we subscribe to? Yo, Nick Yak, not for nothing. If you ain't subscribed yet and you in here, you are a hater. You got to be a hater. What the hell are you in here for watching all our videos? And I know how it feels. It's time for some real time talk. I've done it. I've watched the channel. I don't think I subscribed to Vlad TV. I'm a hater. I'm not subscribing to your shit. But guess what? It pops up on my timeline all day long. And I watch a lot of Vlad TV. Play a hater. Turn your head around. Lay your ass down. You've been robbed. Isaiah Jules does have a trade clause, kicker. He does have a trade clause, kicker. All right. I mean, that's dope. Paul is good, but Scottie Pippen Jr. doing the damn thing. Do the damn thing. Paul who? Isaiah Thomas. Today's players would struggle with the fundamentals. Isaiah Thomas, he couldn't shoot like that. I think he was streaky. He's a pesky dude. It'll be tough to say he couldn't play in this era, man. Because remember, a lot of thing with him is he's allowed to handle the ball. He's allowed to travel. You know what I'm saying? He could pass. He was fast. That's tough. I can see either side of the argument right now. You can sway me to either side with that one. B61. Don't sway both sides. What's wrong with you? Today's players would struggle with the fundamentals. From back in the day, yeah, exactly. That's why I hate the time machine game, RP. Because if they hop on a time machine and try to play like that in 91, they're gonna call every call. They're gonna have to, like, when did they learn how to play fundamentals? We see it. You don't even slide your feet, bro. And then just complaining to the referee is gonna get you 2 technicals. We travel nowadays. It would be called every time in the 90s and could put 2 hands on you defending not allowed now. Correct. Imagine Kenny Anderson and Ross Strickland being able to carry and travel and have wide open area in the paint. Right. That's a great point. That's a great point. I just think they will play off of Kenny Anderson and Ross Strickland, though. All right, try all that nutcase dribbling in front of me for 10 feet away, bro. You need to shoot a jump shot, bro. We seen it with Rondo, elite defender. He could handle the rock and he could pass. But they said, yo, we're playing off you. We're playing drop freeze coverage on you. We icing you out. Earl the Pearl, Clyde, Pistol Pete are destroying this era. Destroying this era. Pistol Pete was chucking from miles away. Hate is healthy. Hate is natural. That's why I hated the whole Caitlin Clark thing. Oh, they're not hating on her. Yes, you are. Of course you are. They hated on Michael Jordan. On arguably the best player ever in a lot of people's minds. They hated on him. The Detroit Pistons said they were telling the front office he's just another player. Hated on him. Caitlin Clark is transforming the WNBA the same way, and they targeted her. Why? Because you got to earn this. You got to earn this. Yes, Angel Reese gets hit. All these young ladies get hit. Yes, we understand that. But number one, Caitlin Clark can't even handle that kind of toughness. So it's going to stand out. Number two, we've seen it with Jeremy Lin. We've seen it anybody that becomes popular out of nowhere, they're going to defend you crazy. You saw how they defended him. I seen the end of the WNBA Olympic game yesterday, which was way better than the men's All-Star game. Caitlin Clark is nice, man. She's nice. She can't score, so she gets the job done elsewhere. And her passing ability is amazing. But we've seen it with her. We've seen it with the greatest. The greats have to go through that. You have to get bumped, man. Caitlin Clark is going to be happy to clothesline somebody 10 years from now and tell them, welcome to the WNBA. Hate is healthy. Don't sleep. Zeke won chips. He beat the Lakers Celtics in the 80s. Isaiah Thomas, Super Prince, has the best championship resume of all time. All time. He beat all the dynasties of his time. And he had nothing but dynasties. No other era had dynasties to deal with. Isaiah Thomas beat the Lakers, the Celtics, and the Bulls. All dynasties. I think they came on late with Philly. Then they got really good after Philly start winning. Because Philly had their own like mini dynasty. They didn't win, but they went to like 4 chips in like 5 or 6 years with Dr. J. But Isaiah Thomas has the best championship resume of all time. All time. Bill Russell's in the argument. Michael Jordan is not in that argument. LeBron James, Golden State brings something to the table. He beat the Spurs, but that is not the Bulls, the Celtics, and the Lakers. 3 of the top teams of all time. That was different. That was different. That was different, bro. Isaiah Thomas gets props from us all the time. Don't get it twisted. But again, that doesn't mean that his skills would totally translate in this era, and he's just allowed to not shoot. They will play off of him and make him work a lot more for his shots. That's why skipping college has been bad for them. Yo, I totally agree. I was saying that even with Kobe, people won't disagree with me. Dwight Howard, LeBron should have gone to college. Got a damn post-up game. They would have been, if LeBron went to college for 2 or 3 years, 1 year, 2 years, I don't think Mike's the best after that. Because he's gonna be fundamentally sound. It would have been a wrap. I think Randle will pick up some of the dimes we got from iHeart. I agree. The dribble handoff, all the pick and roll action. Just we haven't seen DiVincenzo with him for too long. I would love to see Mikal Bridges, DiVincenzo in a pick and pop action with Randle. The same way Randle used to set up Evan Fournier. It's called for, man. It's dangerous if they get DiVincenzo going. I don't know if I'm or not, but you won't see opinions like I make if you agree or not. I don't know if I'm not. Will not see you. You won't see opinions like I make if you agree or not. I see what you're saying. When we build up more, then I can see more of you guys that jump in early and want to comment. That way the new subscribers, we build them up first. We get more people like Nick Yak. We get more Nick Yackers in here. Okay, I got you. Stop it, Fabian, or I'm putting my chef hat on. By the way, who is saying IT couldn't play today? Get them out of here. They're not saying he couldn't. We're kind of like just deliberating. Just deliberating, RP. Just deliberate. We got to be honest. A lot of guys couldn't play back in the day because of the quota. You don't have the skill set, or we have the jobs already filled. We don't need any more of you chuckers and any more of you centers that don't play and don't rebound and shoot 3-pointers. We don't need you guys. That's not required in 1989. You're not allowed. But a lot of the point guards like Isaiah that couldn't shoot, really, he wasn't a knockdown shooter. He's not the same Isaiah Thomas. I think he's a hard worker, competitive. All those things lead to me believing he would learn the game of today. And he's a great leader, man. He's a pretty great leader. Played the villain. Cried a lot, by the way. Don't get that twisted. Let me get going, man. It's getting late. It's getting late, y'all. It's getting late. You know who I be. We out here. Thanks to all of you guys for showing us love, man. Truly appreciate it. It makes us come in here every single day, man. Love y'all, man. We love y'all.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentarios.
Y suscribe.